Even the smallest people can be heroes. Give me a vigilance check.
Okay. Vigilancia.
It'll be hard. It's going to be against 3 purples.
Ooh, shisha manga.
I'm going to give you a boost for reasons.
Okay. All right. Here I go.
Oh.
We gotta... So 0 successes is a threat.
0 successes is a failure.
Is a failure. Oh, okay.
Yeah, everything canceled out. So the door to their dormitory whooshes open, and Chub blinks their eyes slowly, sleepily. It's still dark, and they see the silhouette of a few people in the doorway. You can't quite hear what they're saying, but you can tell from their voices that they are clones.
Oh, I don't love that. It's a little creepy.
I think I want to do... Can I tell if any of my classmates are awake as well? Like, am I the only one who woke up by the presence of them and the whispering?
You can roll a perception check. You're going to have a setback, a black one, because it is dark in this room.
That's fair.
I'm picturing, like, bunk beds. So maybe you can see across to Chambasa and Draxel's bunk.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So my ranks in perception and then 1 black? Or
1 black and 2 purple.
Okay, great. Here we go. Oof. 0 successes, 2 advantages.
You cannot tell if anybody is awake or not. It's just a little too dark in here. And as you try to take a quick sneaky glance around, 2 of those clones come into the room.
My advantages, can they be that as the clones come into the room, can I force sense whether or not they are sinister, to have sinister intentions, maybe?
You unfortunately don't have that ability.
Maybe my advantage is they keep talking a little bit. They keep whispering to each other as they walk closer to me so I can catch a bit of what they're talking about.
You sure about this? Yeah, orders are orders. It came down from top brass.
Okay, so that's not good. Bad things are about to happen.
Do we wake them up or just do it here?
Do what?
They both have their helmets on. You can't see either of their faces, and it's dark. I say we wake them up. Take them out in the hall. And the third one comes in, flicks the lights on. All right, Padawans, time to wake up. Your day's starting early.
Jeez Louise. What is this, Kyber Crystal Search Boot Camp? Okay, so I was already awake, so I kind of jolt up in bed, and I look around as my friends and classmates start kind of rubbing their eyes and stretching, like, what's going on? Like, we should still be sleeping, and everybody knows it. So I look around, and so here's the internal struggle I'm having. Do I want to try to roll off my bed and hide under the bed and hopefully be forgotten and maybe not go with them? Or do I go with them peacefully just to see where this all leads?
You haven't really heard of any clones who... I mean, the clones are on your side.
Oh, I don't have a reason to be scared of them. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. That's true. Okay, so I get out of bed, and as quickly as I can, I put on my breakaway robe, and do not forget my utility belt. Love my breakaway robes. That I have to ruin its breakaway feature by putting on my utility belt, but whatever. I'll find a workaround with that sometime. I'll find a way. And I put my belt on. I make sure that my lightsaber is securely fastened. And I look around at my classmates, and they're all kind of out of it, but...
I think Draxel asked, "Hey, what's going on?" And one of the clones says, "We just got news from my commander. There's something dangerous is going on. We need to get the 6 of you out of here."
And Chub, of course.
I'm going to let you do a check on that, actually.
Oh, why? So, Chub gets ready faster than everyone else, of course, because they were awake before everyone else. And they look around and proudly say quickly, "Kah!" and run to the front of the room, ready to go.
Yeah, 2 purple vigilance check.
Oh, geez. All right.
And you can still argue for boosts if you've got ideas for boosts.
That's interesting that vigilance... No, but you haven't told me why I'm doing a vigilance check.
No.
Okay.
That's kind of the nature of vigilance checks, is that whether you're being vigilant or not, you will notice something.
Right. Can I get another boost because I was already awake? I don't have grogginess like my other friends do.
Okay.
And then you said it's against 2 purple?
Mhm.
Okay.
4 failures and 4 that's a lot of failures.
Oh, what am I tripping on my robe and landing on my lightsaber and breaking my kyber crystal? Is that what's happening right now?
So for this vigilance check, these clones just seem like any other sort of clone. They definitely got orders to wake the group of you up, and this clone is being entirely truthful. Do you have 4 advantages?
As far
Ideas?
as I know.
4 advantages is pretty good. You could argue for something triumph level almost with that, or 4 little things.
So I don't have any kind of comm link or data pad or anything like that, do I?
No, but Henna might.
Henna does have a data pad.
Yeah. So, yeah, Chub doesn't notice anything weird with these clones. However, that bad feeling that they had is lingering and getting worse as everybody gets ready and up.
Because I ran to the front of the room because I was ready to go, but then noticed a return of that uneasiness. Henna's bunk is the first at the front of the room, and so I'm real close to her. So I kind of sidle up next to her and really quietly say,
Hey, Henna, is anything going on your data pad? Can you check and see? Have there been any alerts? Because, I don't know, I got a bad feeling.
Yeah, I've got it too.
Do you want to add your advantages as boosts for Henna making a computer's check?
yeah, that's what I was thinking, because I feel like she has the best chance of any of us of finding out what's really going on.
How many of
She's
those
the only one with the
advantages
data
do you
pad.
want to have be boosts? Up to 3.
What are her ranks right now?
She's rolling yellow, green, green against 3 purples.
Ooh. Oh, let's give her 2.
You still have 2 boost dice, or 2 advantages to use.
Okay.
So she takes out her data pad real quick and sort of sneakily as the clones are grabbing Draxel from his bunk because he's not getting up. And she says,
Yeah, it looks like a message came through on all the military frequencies, but I don't have access to it. It looks like it came from the Chancellor.
Oh, wow. Okay. So that's who they're talking about then.
But it looks like most of the communications on station besides those military channels are being jammed.
That doesn't sound good.
The uneasiness feeling just continues to grow, and Chub just leans closer to Henna and says,
I think that we're gonna need to make a break for it. I don't trust these guys.
you hear the clones, come on, big guy. Time to get out of bed. And they're just pulling on Draxel. He's like, oh, it's too early.
Oh, I love Draxel.
Orders are orders, pal. Let's get going.
While they are occupied with getting Draxel out of bed, Chub is going around to the others and saying, and just checking in with everybody, just trying to move really slowly and quietly, just because they're all moving closer to the front of the room as each one gets ready. And as they get closer and Chub is moving around, they're asking,
Hey, Henna and I don't have a good feeling about this. I think we're gonna try and make a break for it when we get out of the room. Are you in? Okay, great, brother.
and then they move on to Peshtan Bala, who's trying to fit as many books as they can into their backpack before having to leave. And
Bala.
What?
The 3 of us are all in. And we're gonna make a break for it when we can, because these guys are shady, right?
Let's find out what Peshtambala thinks.
hopefully Bala agrees.
But they're the clones. They're on our side. Master Bend fought alongside a bunch of them. You were there on Endor, right?
But then why isn't Master Pen here? He should be coming to get us, not these guys. I don't
Right.
know. Don't you feel that?
Yeah.
And she closes her eyes, and they snap open.
They're gonna hurt us.
Oh, that's so scary. Oh my goodness. Oh, like I literally got the chills. Like, I don't like it. Okay, well, people who are willing to hurt children are the worst kind of people, so we need to get away. Okay, so, all right, so I've talked to Bala, Henna, Chambasa, Draxel is still asleep. And so
Draxel's just...
Draxel's not okay right now. Draxel is on the struggle bus. And so Jonas, aside from Draxel, is the last one to get to kind of walk to the front of the room. And
I think Jonas heard what Peshtambala said.
oh, perfect. Okay. So Chub just looks over at Jonas just to see if he's on board. And
he says, there are 3 more in the hall.
oh, wow. How does he know that?
Are you asking me or asking him?
I'm asking you.
He has sense.
Okay, got it. Cool. Good job, Jonas. And Chub's eyes widen and they look over to see if the clone troopers have been able to get Draxel out of bed yet, just to see how much time they have to plan.
Yeah, so there were 2 of them trying to get Draxel out of bed, and they've each got a hand on one arm. Draxel's like almost to chin height on them. Draxel's a big boy.
Oh, Draxel's hefty.
Yeah.
Okay. Draxel is an absolute unit,
Yes.
one might say.
You described him as a big square in the last one, and that's accurate.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, Draxel, he just gets cuter and cuter. Okay, so we've got 3 in the room with us, 3 in the hall.
Mm-hmm.
There are 5 of us.
6, including you.
Oh, 6, of course. 6, including myself. They're probably going to do the typical clone trooper formation where they're going to have 3 in front and 3 behind to make sure that we don't run off. So we really do need to... But Draxel's not waking up. How are we
Draxel's on his feet, but he's being held up
Right.
by 2 people.
Right. Okay. All right. So, Chub needs to talk to Draxel to get Draxel on board so that Draxel is prepared for what they're going to do. And I think the plan is we kind of got to make a break for it. There's only one way in and out of this room. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we need to make a break for it. We want to get to probably a shuttle area, like the landing area, the docks.
There was a ship being prepped to leave.
Okay.
The Crucible 2.
Okay, so we want to get to the Crucible 2.
There was also the dock where you initially docked, separate dock
Which
that
one's
had a
closer?
number of ships.
Which one?
Probably that one, but last time you were there, it was pretty much being swarmed by clones.
Okay, so probably not the best idea. All right, yeah. So we'll go to the Crucible 2. So that'll be our destination. But I need to let Draxel know so that when we all make a break for it, he can catch up with us. He can be with us and not just be like, oh, what's happening or whatever. And I'm not afraid. Chub is not worried about Draxel being able to get away from these clone troopers. Yeah, Draxel may only come up to their chin, but he's a force to be reckoned with. So Chub is not worried about that.
He's a wrecking ball.
He is a wrecking ball. So Chub needs to get close to Draxel and just Draxel, as strange and different as Draxel is, they're sharp. They'll catch on quick. So
Draxel's pretty smart.
Oh yeah.
And that's probably why he goofs off so much, is he's bored.
He's bored. That's so true. Oh man, just to keep his mind active. So Chub says,
Oh, Draxel, you dropped this.
and just to get close to Draxel, and Chub of course comes up to Draxel's knees. Chub is like,
Come here, Draxel, I got it for you.
and is intentionally not reaching up as high as they could, and so Draxel bends down and Chub says,
We're gonna make a break for it. Be ready. These
I need a
guys
stealth
up to
check.
no good.
why did he stealth check? Oh yeah,
Because
yeah.
he's
I'm
got
whispering.
2 clone troopers holding onto his arms right now.
Well, yeah, but Draxel's bending down, and I'm 2 feet tall,
Uh-huh.
so we're away from the clone troopers' heads.
Okay.
That was my thinking, and I'm whispering in Ewokese.
I don't think Draxel understands Ewok.
Then I wasn't whispering. I was speaking basic. Fine. Okay, what's my check? Stealth.
Yeah, average, 2 purples.
Okay, and I get a boost because we're away from their heads, and there's other stuff going on. Yep, thank you.
I don't know about that.
Okay, what about using one of my advantages?
Okay.
Because I got the 4 and I used 2, right? I haven't used the other 2? Okay, great. So I get a boost because of my advantage. Okay, rolling dice.
2 successes.
1 threat. Okay, well that's good.
So yeah, you said that quietly. The clones didn't hear you. And Draxel says, okay. And he shrugs off the 2 clones, and one of them moves back and grabs his arm again. Because he is a big, of all of you, he is the most threatening. So they're going to keep a
Big guy
hold
on
on
the
him
big
if they
guy.
can.
All right. Chub looks around, makes eye contact with everybody, and then shrieks at the top of his lungs, "Stop!" and goes running out the room.
Wow, you weren't even going to wait for them to start moving you somewhere. Okay.
No, we can't get them into formation. If they get in formation and are in front of us and behind us, then what are we going to do? We're trapped.
Okay.
Oh no, Mark. Did I just
All
do a
right.
very bad thing?
Nope, just unexpected.
Well...
Do you want to flip a light side point so that everybody is coordinated enough to do that on your call?
Yep. Although, how much of it, because I've talked to everybody and they're all paying attention to me anyway, do I need to flip a light side point in order for them in this case only, just because of the prep that I did? Would they be ready for it and just be coordinated because I just talked to everybody? I'm very aware that I'm going to need to be flipping some light side points this game. It's just going that way. I'm just trying to preserve them.
Okay, here's what we're going to do.
Okay.
This is a scary situation.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to roll a group discipline check to see how well everybody does.
Okay. That makes sense.
So, does Chub have discipline? Chub has 1 rank in discipline. So you're going to roll for the group. It's going to be yellow, yellow, green, 3 blues against 3 purples.
And then I'm going to use my last advantage.
Okay.
To add a 4th blue. 3 successes, 5 advantages.
That's quite successful.
I am an excellent leader.
The 5 Padawans move on Chub's cue. Draxel shrugs off the clone who has a hand on his shoulder, and the group of you exit this space as quickly as possible. As you get out in the hallway, you spot that there are indeed 3 more clone troopers standing at the sort of T-junction, maybe 20 feet off to the left.
Is it possible that we were able to lock the door from the outside or anything like that?
With 5 advantages? Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's going to be 3 of those 5 advantages.
Okay, that's fair. All right, so we run out of the room, and Draxel, because he was shaking off those clone troopers, was the last to leave, and he turns around and closes the door, pushes some buttons on the data pad, and then punches it so it's broken and locked.
Yes, Draxel is good at mechanics, by the way.
I didn't even know, but I knew.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew. So maybe you should describe what Draxel does.
Yeah.
You describe, because you know his stats.
Draxel punches in some numbers on the keypad to the left of the door. The door slides closed. He sort of makes a claw with his hands, puts it on the place behind the door that you know the mechanism is, and then twists. And you hear metal rending inside the door.
He force squamped.
He force locked it.
That's amazing. I love it. Oh,
And Chambasa says,
does Chambasa ever speak basic?
no, Wookiees can't.
Wookiees, they can't speak basic, can they?
It just doesn't work with their vocal cords.
Right. Oh, that's cute. I kind of like that. All right, so Chub tells Draxel that he did a great job, and says,
Come on, everyone! We gotta get to the ship!
and they start running in the direction of the ship.
You still do have those other clones behind you, and I think that they probably would have seen you leave.
Yeah, they would have.
But you do have 2 advantages left.
Okay, so do my friends have any kind of defensive weapons? I'm the only one with a lightsaber, but they don't have anything?
They have nothing.
Crap. Ooh, but they do have the Force. Are any of them good at, like, Force push or something?
Draxel and Chambasa can both move.
Okay, and there are 3 of them, and Draxel and Chambasa, like, Chambasa is already bigger than the clone troopers, I would imagine.
Draxel and Chambasa are about the same height, so
Oh, okay,
chin
so
level.
no. Okay, so they're not quite. But hefty. So there are hefty ones. Could we try having Draxel and Chumbasa kind of just do something to make it so they can't follow us? I don't, they're kids.
You want your remaining 2 advantages to be a pile of crates in the hallway that they can push?
Yep. Yeah, because I'm just trying to think more like they're kids, so their instinct is not going to be, oh, I'm going to go beat you up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's what they're going to do. So, yeah. But if there were a pile of crates, I think knocking over the crates. Yes. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. The group of you exit this room. Draxel closes the door, twisting the metal with the force. And looking to your left, you see this group of clones who notice that you've left. And they start moving towards the 6 of you with their blasters raised. And Draxel and Chumbasa take a couple steps back past this pile of 3 crates just stacked up, ready to be moved onto a ship or something. And they reach out to the Force. You can feel that the dark side is very, very present right now.
Ooh. Are we all feeling like an oppressive feeling?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't think Draxel would use it.
Okay.
I think Chumbasa might.
Use that dark feeling?
Uh-huh.
Oh, all right.
And he reaches out with a big furry paw and scatters those crates down the hallway, making it more difficult for the clones to pursue.
Okay. So when we come out the door, are we running to the right or to the left?
To the left is towards the clones. To the right is a hallway that is currently empty.
Okay, great. Chumbasa and Draxel throw the crates in the way, blocking the hall so that the clone troopers can't follow us. And we just go running down the opposite direction to the right out the door, trying to get to the ship that they're prepping as quickly as possible.
And as you turn down the next hallway, a few blaster bolts hit the wall behind you.
Shooting at us?
And Jonas says, "Where's Master Debo?"
And I say,
Hannah, can you find Master Debo Bend on your datapad?
I can try. Okay, I got into the security feeds. This place is just completely swarming with clones right now. If they're coming after us, I don't know how we're going to get through.
And she scrolls through the feeds. It takes her a second. I assume the group of you is continuing to move, right?
oh yeah, we're not
Probably
stopped
not
in
just
the hall.
sitting still. Yeah.
No.
As you run down the hallway, she goes through the various data feeds and finds a live feed from that center room with the big tree. And she says,
I think I found him. He looks like he's been hurt.
Okay, so yeah, we can't leave Debo Bend to die. So Chub pauses and says,
Change of plan, guys. We gotta go rescue Master Bend.
"What are we supposed to do? We're just 6 kids against an army."
We can do anything as long as we have each other.
And the Force.
okay, so we must be fairly close to the tree because that's where we had our meditation stuff and everything.
It was right in the center of this big wheel.
And so where was right in the middle. So where's our room?
Let's picture 3 wheels. Inner, middle, outer.
Right.
Jedi stuff is in the inner.
Yep.
Communal stuff is in the middle.
Yep. And then landing and all that stuff.
Landing and
Sure.
equipment and all that sort of stuff is on
Yep.
the outer.
Okay, that makes
So I think you were in the middle, or yes, middle, and then you have to get to the center.
sense. Okay, so we need to find a hall that goes to the center ring.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like, okay, so the way I'm picturing it, these 3 concentric rings, and they'll just have multiple points in between,
A lot of spokes.
spokes in a wheel, connecting, like passageways connecting. So I feel like we won't be that far from a passageway, right?
Yeah, but you're also probably pretty close to some clones.
Yeah, that's true.
So how sneaky do you want to do it? Sneaky? Do you want to do... What's your move?
Hey, Hannah, are there any air vents or something that we could fit into and make our way without being seen?
I'm looking at 3 light side points.
Yeah, and I want her to do that and find us some air vents so we can be sneaky.
I think you can flip a light side point for there to be air vents.
Because there wouldn't just be air vents. All right, I'll flip a point. I flipped it.
So what do you say?
Hey, Hannah, I there any air vents here?
And all 6 of you look up at an air vent.
Alright, guys, I think if we can find a way to crawl through the air vents, we can get to Depot Bend without being seen. Because like you said, Jonas, we're just 6 kids. What are we gonna do against all the clone troopers?
Chambasa says, and gestures to his entire self,
He's like, oh, jeez.
shrugging.
Any ideas, guys? I take your point, Chambasa.
The 2 of us can stay behind. We can, I don't know, scout the way to the ship.
But we don't have any communication devices, do we?
No.
Ooh, but the Force, have we ever tried communicating with the Force?
Mm-mm.
Interesting.
Not really a thing any of you are adept at.
Right. Maybe it's
You know who does have communication devices?
Depot Bend?
Clone
the
troopers.
clone troopers! Maybe we need to attack some clone troopers. But we're children. Maybe. Okay. I'm an Ewok. I am a flipping Ewok. You want
It's
to know
true.
who's good at booby traps?
Yeah.
It's in my blood.
Is it on your character sheet, though?
Oh.
No.
But I'm an Ewok. What if I don't want to flip so many light side points right now.
Well, you can flip one to upgrade a check that you do and give yourself a yellow instead of a green.
Well, what if I did a check that already gave me a yellow?
Not to make a trap.
Wait, what? Okay, all right. So
It's survival to make a trap,
Oh, okay.
which you have 3 greens in.
Yeah.
I'll make the decision making easier on you as I flip a light side or a dark side point over.
Okay.
You begin to hear voices coming around from the next corner. More clones. So there's there's another T branch down the hall, and you see a clone trooper walk out of that T and then turn around so that he's facing down towards the center of the station. And you hear him talk. You see on his shoulder he's got like one of those pauldrons, a shoulder pad that shows that he's a ranking clone trooper.
An orange
says-
pauldron.
Uh-huh. I think it's gray.
Oh, okay.
And he says, Ace, get a squadron together. Take the Z-95s from Hangar Bay Dawn. Take Snakes with you. I'm gonna need you to go after the Jedi Knights that left earlier today, Connie and Iani. Find out where they're going. Alternative orders may come down from the 501st, so keep your comms open.
Yes, sir.
And the sound of boot steps moving away.
So Chub looks to Jonas, and, the unspoken question is, Jonas, can you tell how many are coming?
Okay. Jonas closes his eyes. And he says, looks like it's just the sergeant.
Like,
The rest of them have turned around. I think they're heading towards the hangar bays on the opposite side of the station.
Well, guys, I think we can take him. And then Draxel and Chambasa can just stay with us. And I just think we all need to stay together. And then we can go find Depot Bend. And then he'll know what to do.
I want to know if this clone trooper is just following orders blindly or if they really are sinister. Because I don't want to hurt somebody that doesn't need to be hurt,
Mhm.
So maybe we can just, if they're like, why are we hunting a bunch of kids or something like that? I don't know if those are their feelings or thoughts or if there's any reservation that they're feeling or thinking right now. If Bala can sense that, then maybe we can just kind of grab him and be like, we're good, guys, or something like that. I don't know.
Okay. Peshtan Bala reaches out with the Force and gets a grasp of what this clone trooper is thinking. She closes her eyes. I'm imagining that with your light side point flip to find a air vent that you now may or may not use, you also have a little alcove.
Oh, okay. That's helpful.
And you see her reach out. She closes her eyes and starts telling you what this clone is thinking.
They've got orders. Order 66? They're saying the Jedi are traitors. He definitely believes it.
Oh, that's not good.
It'll be hard to convince him. There's something else. There's something in his mind that it might be making him believe this, but I don't think we're going to be able to convince him.
Oh, so this clone trooper has been brainwashed.
Is Chub saying that?
Well, right now Mary Frances is thinking it, but yeah. So Chubb says,
You mean like he's been brainwashed?
I mean, there's a bit of technology, some kind of almost like a microchip in his brain.
Oh, wow. That is sinister. That is dark. Okay. Draxel is our not techie. Yes, he has mechanics, right?
He is mechanics.
Right.
Not computers, but mechanics.
Mechanics. But no one's a brain surgeon, so...
No brain surgeon. He does happen to have both heal and mechanics, but I don't think that's going to qualify a 10-year-old to be a brain surgeon.
But he's also 10, so
yeah.
With or without the Force, that's a little out of reach. That's a lot. Okay, I think we're just gonna have to knock him out. That's a bummer. Poor dude. We just say we're not traitors and then hit him over the head.
Way to convince him.
That'll talk him into it. I don't know. So I'm trying not to like go the route of violence, but it's tricky because I'm trying to think of like a group of 10-year-olds. Like, yeah, they could take out one. They could incapacitate one clone trooper. That's fine. But like, they're not politicians either, so they're not going to be able to talk the clone troopers and the people that they come in contact with. Like, they're not going to be able to talk them into whatever. They're just like, their goal is very single-minded. Like, we got to go get our teacher, and then we got to get out of here. Yeah,
basically, you're getting a comlink. Probably haven't even thought of the idea that you could use a comlink to track positions.
I did actually think about that, but that was Mary Frances who thought about that, and I didn't voice it for Chub.
Henna
might have gotten that, actually. But the thing with that, too, though, is then you can listen in on their conversations, because you'll have that frequency. So I'd probably give it to Draxel.
Okay.
Anyway, whatever. The point is, we got to take this guy out somehow. All right.
Well, everybody, I think we know what we've got to do.
And then Bala looks at me and says,
"You mean kill him?"
And Chub says,
"No, we gotta knock him out. We're not killing anybody. Or just tie him up. Anybody got any rope?"
Chimbasa looks at his puka shell necklace and says,
It's okay. It's okay, Chimbasa. I don't think your neck's big enough for us to use the string from your necklace to tie him up.
Peeking around the corner, it looks like this clone trooper had spent a couple minutes looking at a data pad, making sure clones had their orders, people knew where they're going, and then started walking down the hallway away from the group of you.
So it's still only the one clone trooper coming towards us?
Right now.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, everybody. Someone's got to nab this guy, and I don't know if my arms are quite long enough. So, Chimbasa? Thank you for volunteering.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Coruscant Nights. Coruscant Nights is a production of Nightcast Creative. To find out more about us and our projects, visit nightcastcreative.com. Thanks to Mary Frances for playing on these episodes. If you want more Mary Frances, you can hear her in the first season of The Otherplace. And last but not least, don't forget about Donate for Destiny. Influence our Destiny pool and make a difference in children's lives. Check out nightcastcreative.com/destiny for more info and a link to donate.